Joe Hill's King Sorrow is a sprawling dark academia horror novel that fuses Faustian bargains, summoned dragons, and the destructive choices of 6 college friends. At nearly 900 pages, it's Hill's first novel in 9 years, and it explores guilt, manipulation, and the terrible cost of engaging with supernatural forces. The story centers on Arthur Oakes, a college student in Maine whose life is already burdened by his mother's incarceration. Desperate to help her, Arthur becomes entangled with the wealthy and sinister Nicewander family, particularly Jane Nicewander, who manipulates him into stealing rare books and participating in occult rituals. What begins as blackmail spirals into a nightmare of crime and supernatural coercion. Arthur and 5 of his closest friends are drawn into a Faustian bargain with a dragon, an ancient, malevolent force that demands a sacrifice every Easter. The dragon's presence is both literal and symbolic, embodying the destructive consequences of ambition, desperation, and moral compromise. Each friend must confront the reality that their pact has bound them to a cycle of violence and guilt. The novel blends dark academia aesthetics, rare books, secret societies, intellectual ambition, with supernatural horror. Hill uses the university setting to highlight themes of youthful arrogance, the hunger for knowledge, and the ease with which idealism can be corrupted. The dragon is not just a monster, but a metaphor for temptation and the insidious nature of power. As Arthur's involvement deepens, the boundaries between reality and the supernatural blur. His thefts and rituals unleash forces beyond his control, and the group's unity begins to fracture under the weight of guilt and fear. The friendships that once sustained them become poisoned by suspicion and betrayal. Themes: guilt and manipulation. Arthur's desperation makes him vulnerable to exploitation, showing how fear can erode morality. Faustian bargains. The dragon symbolizes the allure of forbidden power and the inevitable cost of accepting it. Dark academia. The novel critiques intellectual elitism and obsession with rare knowledge. Friendship and betrayal. The 6 friends pact highlights how shared secrets can destroy bonds. Supernatural horror. Hill blends psychological dread with cosmic terror, creating a layered narrative. Climax and resolution. The climax occurs when Arthur and his friends confront the dragon directly, realizing that their sacrifices have only strengthened its hold. The resolution forces Arthur to face the consequences of his choices, whether to continue feeding the dragon or to risk everything in defiance. The ending is haunting, leaving readers with the sense that bargains with darkness never truly end. Style and reception. Hill's prose is dense, atmospheric, and emotionally charged, weaving horror with philosophical reflection. Critics praised King Sorrow as a return to form, noting its ambition and depth. At 896 pages, it's both sprawling and immersive, demanding patience but rewarding readers with a richly layered narrative.